Section 3.1 Radian measure. Radian, an angle with its vertex at the center of a circle that intercept an arc on the circle equal in length to the radius of the circle has measure of 1 radians. When you have the circle, radius is going to be equal to r. And the arc is talking about the length of this side. The length of the arc equal to the radius, then that will be the theta. Theta will be equal to 1 radian. The unit of the angle, we usually use the degree. Right now, we're going to introduce another unit that's called radian. And we need to know how to convert between the degrees and the radian. If you have the degree and you want to convert to the radian, what you're going to do? You're going to divide it by pi over 180. Okay, when you have the degree, 90 degree, so 90 degree times pi over 180. So that will be pi over 2. If you have the radian and you want to convert it to the degree, then you're going to multiply 180 over pi. Okay, let's say you do have a 2 pi. 2 pi times 180 divided by pi, which is going to be 360 degree. Let's try to do the example 1. Convert each degree measure to the radians. So you have a 45 degree and you want to convert it to the radian. So you're going to times pi over 180 degree. Just keep in mind that when you have the degree, you want to convert to the radian. Usually, you need to multiply something so you could cancel out the degree here. So do your math. You're going to find pi over 4 radians. I want you guys try to do part B and C. Okay, B, negative 270 degree. So do the same thing. You're going to multiply pi over 180. You could get negative 3 pi over 2. C, multiply pi over 180 degree. Approximately, you could get 4.360 radians. Example 2, convert radians to degree. So when you have a 9 pi over 4, you want to convert to the degree. You will multiply by 180 over pi. So you should be able to reduce the pi here. And then you only left with the degree. Simplify it, you're going to get 405 degree. Okay, B. Simplify it, cancel out the pi. And then 180 divided by 6. You're going to get 30 degree, right? 30 degree times 5, which is going to be 150 degree. Okay, C. Okay, use your calculator. You should get 243.5 degree. If no unit of angle measure is specific, then the angle is understood to be measured in radians. If the angle didn't specific like the unit there, we will just assume that's talking about like the radian. Okay, that's a specific angle. I need you guys remember all the radian. Remember all this specific angle, 0, 30, 45, 60. You're going to remember that pi over 6, that will be 30. Pi over 4 will be 45. Pi over 3, that will be 60 degree. Also, the 90, 180, 270, and 360. I need you guys remember all this radian. Okay, you don't need to care about the approximate. I only need you guys remember this. Okay, and here. Okay, if I put all the degree and the radian in the unit circle, you're gonna see this guy. I will show you guys how to find out all the radian and the degree in the unit circle. Let's try to do it together. Okay, let's work on 30 and 60 degree. And then you know the total angle of the circle, that will be 360 degree, right? And then I'm gonna use the 360 divided by 30 degree. You're gonna find it, that will be 12, equal to 12. It means I'm gonna consider this part 30 degree here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I divided into 12 parts here. So I'm gonna add for here, this is starting from 0, 30, and then 60, and then 90 degree here, 120, 150, and then we have 180 here, 210, 240, 270, 300, and then 330. And then the last one here, that'll be 360 degree. Okay, right? I divided into 12 parts, and each part that will represent 30 degree. Now, I'm gonna calculate it. I only need to calculate for the first one. I have the 30 degree, and then I want to convert it to the radian. So I'm gonna multiply pi over 180. Or simplify it, I'm gonna get pi over 6. Okay, so I'm starting with the 0. So I know 30 degree, that will represent pi over 6 here. And then this is gonna be the first part. And this is gonna be 2 pi over 6. This guy, 3 pi over 6. And then 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6. And then 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, and then the last one, that will be 12 pi over 6. So you could think about it, when your denominator equal to 6, pi over 6, that will be under the degree of 30. Now, I could simplify it one by one here. So this one, I could simplify it, divided by 2, divided by 2 here. I'm gonna get pi over 3. Okay, this one also, 2 pi over 3. And then this one I cancel out, I only left with the pi. And this one, 4 pi over 3. And this one, 5 pi over 3. And last one, that will be 2 pi. And this guy also, pi over 2. Now you can look at it. When you have the radians, after you simplify, the denominator is gonna be 3. That will be the multiples of the 60. Pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, means like 120. And then the 4 pi over 3, and then 5 pi over 3. That will be the multiples of the 60 degree. Now, we're gonna talk about the 45 degree. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. 360 divided by 45 equal to 8. It means I'm gonna divide it by the unit circle 8 parts. And then 45 degree, I'm gonna convert it to the radian. So that will be pi over 180, which is gonna be pi over 4. Okay, now I'm gonna starting from the degree. 0, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315, and then the last one, that will be 0 or 360 degree. Okay, talking about the radian again. So the first one, pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, and then the last one, 8 pi over 4. Okay, now we want to simplify it. So this one, simplify it, you're gonna get pi over 2. This is gonna be equal to pi. This one, 3 pi over 2. And then the last one is gonna be 2 pi. Okay, so you're gonna see this time when you have the radian, after you simplify it, the denominator is gonna be equal to 4. That will be the multiple of the 45 degree. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so you're gonna get back to this line here. This is how we get from here. Okay, so when I combine these two, you're gonna have this unit circle in the degrees and radian. Example 3, finding function values of angles in radian measure. Find each function value. So before I work on those questions, do you guys still remember on the session 2.1, we do have a two specific triangle, the 45-45 and the 30-60 triangle. Okay, so I just put it here first. Now, I do have a tangent 2 pi over 3. Let me convert it to the degree. I'm gonna multiply 180 divided by pi. Simplify it, you're gonna get tangent 120. Okay, tangent 120. Remember that 120, that will be in the quadrant 2, right? Quadrant 2. So tangent in the quadrant 2, that will be negative. So I will have an equal to negative tangent, and then we want to find the reference angle. So that will be 180 minus 120, which is going to be negative tangent 60. Okay, tangent 60. Tangent 60 will be opposite over adjacent. So that will be square root of 3. And then B, when you convert it, that will be equal to 270 degree. Okay, you're gonna multiply by 180 divided by pi. So you should find sine 270. So sine 270 degree, that will be equal to negative 1. Okay, C, cosine negative 4 pi over 3. So again, we're going to convert it to the degree. You should get negative 240 degree. So cosine negative 240. So this is talking about, you're going to starting with the quadrant 4, go clockwise. 240, that will be quadrant 2. So cosine in the quadrant 2 is also negative. And then find the reference angle. You're gonna see 60 degree. Cosine 60, that will be adjacent over hypotenuse. So that will be negative 1/2.